Hey guys, thanks for coming back again. If you're seeing this on Monday, I guess I'm married. Crazy, huh? Well, alright, let's get down to the lesson. Let's do this thing. So, we're going to start factoring today, and we're going to start factoring with the greatest common factor. The greatest common factor is the largest number and or the largest power of a variable that you can divide out of every term in the expression. The real key here is that it has to be every single term. So not just those first two, but all of these terms it has to divide into. So let's do this quick example and figure out what we can factor out. So if we look at the first term, it's 20x to the fourth. Then we have minus a 40x to the fifth. So right there, I'm thinking to myself, 20 divides into both 20 and 40, so maybe that's the biggest number. Let's check the last term. Ooh, 70x squared. So 70 divided by 20 doesn't give you a whole number, so we can't work with that. But a number that does divide into all of these is 10. So we can take a 10 out of every one of these terms. Alright, now let's look at the variables. So we're looking for the largest power of the variable that can be taken out of every one. So essentially what all of them have. So in this case, x to the fourth, x to the fifth, and x squared. Well, I know that I can divide an x squared out of x to the fourth. I know that I can divide an x squared out of x to the fifth, and I can take an x squared out of that. So the biggest power we can pull out is an x squared. Alright, because x squared divides into x to the fourth and x to the fifth, and obviously x squared. So now the key is we figure out what we're left with. So we have to divide each of these terms by 10x squared. It's like the reverse of the distributive property. I mean, it is the distributive property, but reverse of what you're used to. So 20 divided by 10, of course, gives you 2. And x to the fourth divided by x squared gives you x squared. Now, minus 40 divided by 10 is 4. And x to the fifth divided by x squared is x cubed. And finally, plus 7, and x squared divided by x squared is x to the 0, or 1. So that is completely factored with GCF. Alright, let's see what we can do with these examples. First off, let's figure out a number that divides into 25, 15, and 10. I'm going to go with 5. 5 is the biggest one that fits into all of those. And then, let's look at the exponents. We have x to the fourth, x to the third, and x squared. They all have an x squared, so we're going to pull out the x squared. Now we divide back in. 25 divided by 5 is 5. X to the fourth divided by x squared is x squared. Minus 15 divided by 5 is 3. X cubed divided by x squared is just x. And then plus 2, because the x squareds would cancel out when you divide them. Now let's look down at this bottom one here. Ooh, the numbers are weird. We have 24, 3, and 9. So let's think of what is the biggest number that divides into all of those things. 3. Got it. It's 3. Now, let's look at these variables, because this is interesting. We have x to the seventh, we have x squared, and then we don't have an x. So since this 9 term, just stuck alone here at the end, doesn't even have an x, we can't take out a variable when we're factoring. So what we're left with is just 24 divided by 3 is 8, and we can't take out any x's, so x to the seventh minus 3 divided by 3 is 1, so we're just left with x squared, and then plus 9 divided by 3 gives you 3. Alright guys, hope this was helpful. I'll see you tomorrow. Good luck.